MK and I am back with another Color Craze combination for you guys today. This is the combination that Janet Fritz and I have picked out for today. I'm also mixing this with Mixed Media Mayhem. This is the recipe for today. And Christy's Beautiful Life 30 Days of Sketches, Series 13. Here is the sketch that was created by Jessica Fenn Hill for day 13. Well, actually, no, for day 2. I apologize. I'm on day 13, but this sketch was made for day 2. So the recipe for today is watercolor splatter distressed edges. I'm actually going to cheat a little bit by using my watercolor to do the splattering. I also have this cute little corn stalk with crows by Some Assemblage Required. These gorgeous flowers, oh my stars, by Scrapbook Addicts. This thicker set that I picked up, it's called Lucky. I picked it off the Give Take table and it was actually Janet Fritz's. So I think it is fitting that I use it with photos of Janet and myself in a cornfield. I have some random papers that were in my little color. I have very few papers in a color rainbow order. And when I do Color Craze, I absolutely love doing this, picking out papers from that pile. It's only about an inch thick, but it's just basic plain colors where I'm not really sure what category to put them in. So when I do Color Craze, that is the first pile that goes on my desk when I pull out for these particular combinations. So here I've got 2 plaid or gingham purple prints, and I'm not really sure which one matches the best, but I do end up using both of them. I also have this gorgeous Hello wood grain that is from a Die Cuts with a View paper pack. I think it's called Just Wood or Got Wood or something. I don't remember, but it was all wood. And for my watercoloring, I'm going to be pulling out this paint spray colorings in Moody Mauve. And then I have one more that I am looking for. It's just one of those things that it's like, oh yeah, I forgot. And I was not prepped and ready when I actually started recording. So I'm looking for the next one, and here it is. It's a Shimmers in Cranberry Cocktail. Now it may sound like it's supposed to be a red, but it is an absolutely gorgeous deep purple for a cranberry. So anywho, I'm going to go ahead and figure out my papers. I do know that this wood grain is going to be one of my diagonal designs. I also am pulling out a film strip from the Nature Study collection in brown. And I'm just deciding which one do I want to be on the background. Now I am ignoring that yellow that's in the center. It's kind of like a honey yellow or a golden yellow. Because I have that in my photos, and I'm also ignoring that Sarah, who is the owner of Scrapbook Addicts, that she put pink in these floral combinations. Now, there is a little bit of green in the peacock feathers. If you squint and look cross-eyed, no, I'm just kidding. Around the eye of the feather, there is a little bit of green, and so I thought that it was perfect bringing in the greenery from Sarah's clusters, but I loved the rest. The purples were just the perfect purple. It matched both mine and Janet's outfits. Now, when we take pictures like this, we don't plan that we're going to be wearing matching colors. We were both wearing purples and blues, and these photos were absolutely perfect for this color combination. They really were. And so of course I really wanted to kind of play off of the fact that they were the perfect color. I didn't really need to add anything else. I could have done a totally monochromatic layout, which technically I am in my favorite color, brown. Yeah, so I definitely could have done a monochromatic and just called my photos the perfect color combination, which I absolutely love. You guys, we don't plan these things. Janet Fritz and I basically go through Pinterest. We pull out a ton of color palettes and then we narrow them down. So that way we can see which ones are very similar to. This one kind of has the same color combination, but this one's on the darker side, this one's on the pastel side, things like that. It does take quite a bit of time for us to choose which colors we're going to actually play with for the month. But we don't sit there and say, well, I have these photos, they'll work perfect with this color combination. We don't do that. We pick out the color combination and then separately we pick out the papers and the photos and everything that we're going to do. And then next we kind of get together of, oh my gosh, we picked out that same thing to do, the same subject matter to do on the same day, or we picked out the same paper to do on the same day. It just makes us laugh. It makes us giggle because of the fact that we picked out the same stuff, but we end up with two separate projects. We end up with two separate things. I decided to mix and match my sketches. Well, they're not my sketches, but Christy's sketches for this series. I am not doing them in order, but I am playing with them as they work for my photos. So like today is day 13 or October 13th. However, I am using day 2's sketch for today because I felt like it worked better with my photos than what was actually on day 13, which I apologize, I don't remember which one it was, because all of this takes a lot of planning, and especially when I am working away from home and I am at a retreat, and have everything all set up and have to have all my ducks in a row, which clearly you saw me pull all my paints from a bag, so I don't have my ducks in a row, but I have to have everything ready to record when I go and record outside of my home. I can't just turn around and pick out what I want from a bin or a basket or a shelf because I forgot it. For my color combination. All right, so a couple of the photos were pretty far away, so I thought that they would fit perfectly inside this film strip, and I really wanted to leave a blank for a decoration for the film strip. Now, Jessica's sketch has 3 photos going across the top and 3 photos going down at the bottom. I only have 2 photos for the top and 2 photos down at the bottom. So I wanted to fill that gap in with one of Sarah's pretty little clusters. And then I am going to cut down my other photos. I don't think I cut them down to 3 by 4. I think I cut them to 4 by 4, just to help me fill that gap of the missing third photo. And be able to get it. Now, one of these photos is our practice photo of whether or not we have the camera in the right spot. I cannot tell you how we ended up getting our camera to stay on a rock that is quite far away. And then, of course, we had to practice with the zooming. We had to practice with the level. Is it right? Is it wrong? Is it all that good stuff? Do we want to see, our knees? Do we, all that stuff? It's just one of those things. And so one of the photos is a practice photo, and we aren't smiling. We aren't doing anything. We're just kind of standing where we thought we would stand, and then go for it. And I could not help but laugh. The photo makes me laugh because it looks like that photo with the guy and his pitchfork and his wife. So I just couldn't leave it out. It's definitely one of those that, only friends, right? Only friends could giggle at photos like that. And so I wanted to use this, make my title that just says "with you," and it's everything with you. I can laugh with her, I can cry with her, I can you know, not get angry at her, but get angry with her, you know, and she doesn't feel offended that, you know, I'm frustrated. And she's a great listener, a great friend, and I just absolutely love the bond that we had since day one. I mean, honestly, since day one, we have just hit it off, and it just makes my heart happy that that we found each other basically at a retreat. And you know, and technically that's the only way that we are able to see each other, is going to a lot of retreats that are close by. We basically say we meet in the middle. And so it is great. I only have one other person in my life that I share the same bond with, and I cherish both of them. I do have lots of friends, you guys. I'm not saying I only have two friends, but there's a bond that's different, and you only share that with a few special people, right? And Janet is one of them, and I'm glad that I have Janet in my life. All right, so I'm trying to figure out which cluster I like where. I love these little hearts. I don't know if they're cork hearts. I don't know if they are the Tim Holtz embossed wood grain folder, and then Sarah die cut them out of a heart shape. I do not know, but these clusters, Sarah, I would like a couple more of them, please and thank you. Can you put them in your shop, and then I will order them immediately before anybody else does. They are all handmade by Sarah. Sarah is a designer on my design team, and her clusters are phenomenal. Her little shop is growing beautifully. I love the items in her shop, and they are all handmade. So she only makes a few of them to be available. And then, of course, you know, it takes her a little while. Most of them are all hand cut, die cut, Cricut cut, and then she inks them and does all this stuff to put them together for us, or for whoever purchases them. And I just think that they are phenomenal. All right, so as far as this corn stalk, I took off the masking, but I only took the masking off of the stalk because I liked the fact that the masking left my corn a different color. And it almost looks like it's dehydrated because it does have the little burn marks on just one side of the little kernels. And so I really liked how that looked. I also am going to go ahead and take two of Sarah's clusters and stack them together to make them look like one giant cluster, because I really liked incorporating the film strip. So I've got it going in and out. And then, of course, I couldn't leave my little crows off just because they're so adorable. Now, the crows, they're shiny on one side and matte on the other side. And so I wanted one going one way. So one of my crows is shiny and the other one is matte. And I did have a hard time peeling off the coating on my birds. So that was definitely cut out of the whole thing. All right, so as far as mixed media goes, here is my splattering. I already distressed my edges of my little triangles that I put on the layout. And then, of course, I'm using the watercolor to splatter. And then I'm using some more splatter inside. Now, this spray is technically a watercolor-esque, but it's available in a spray bottle rather than in a paint pot. So I definitely wanted to use both of the purples. These are the only purples that I own, but they're going to both give different effects. One is going to definitely have a lot more shimmer to it because it's called shimmers. And then the other one is a coloring. So it's going to dry a matte color. It has no shimmer in it whatsoever when they actually dry. And the one that has the shimmers was the cranberry one that just has that beautiful shimmer of a mauve, of a purple. So I absolutely love how this turned out. Thank you so much. There's that green in that feather I was, fibbing to you guys about. Thank you so much, Jessica, for such a wonderful sketch to play with. Be sure to check out all the links down below. I've got a mixed media link. I've actually have two mixed media links. I have two Christy's Beautiful Life links. And then, of course, Janet Fritz's channel is also down below. If you have not checked out Janet yet, which I talk about her all the time. So how have you not? Anyways, One of the links for Mixed Media Mayhem is to the album directly. Now, you do have to be a member of the group in order to just go and use that album link directly. So the other link for Mixed Media Mayhem is for the Facebook group. So you guys can go and check out all the recipes and whatnot. So anyways, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. I really, truly appreciate it. And I will see you guys soon. Thanks. Bye.